Welcome back. Now, levels of corruption remain high in South Africa, and this is contained in the Corruption Perceptions Index 2018, which was, of course, released by Transparency International, which shows that the country scored 43 out of 100. The index uses a scale of 0 to 100, where 0 is highly corrupt and 100 is very clean. Now, South Africa, which remains in the group of countries falling below that 50 mark, the index suggests that the country needs to intensify its efforts to make serious inroads against corruption.
The index is considered to be the leading global indicator of public sector corruption. It ranks 180 countries and territories by their perceived levels of corruption in the public sector, according to experts and business people.
The pertinent issue, though, is that we score 43 out of 100, which places us in that quite large category of countries that are below the 50 mark, which are deemed to be countries who face serious corruption problems.
Lewis says because the survey was conducted about 6 months ago, circumstances could have changed, some of which may have affected the rankings.
A lot has happened in South Africa then, some of which might have pushed us further down the index, like the Bosasa stuff. Others of which might have improved us, like the fact that government has demonstrated a much greater determination to deal with corruption.
What have they done? I mean, let's talk about that.
No, it should not be overstated, but, you know, the removal of Moyeni, the removal of the National Director of Public Prosecutions, the removal of some of the boards of the parastatals, some particularly venal cabinet ministers have been gotten rid of, though there are a couple who remain. So I think that it is different, certainly, from the Zuma administration, and I think it's a significant improvement.
Yeah.
But like I say, you know, one of the things that's happening now, partly as a result of the Zondo Commission, is that we're discovering precisely how bad things were. And that may have, as I say, if the survey was taken today, amongst people listening to what's going on in the Zondo Commission, they might have concluded we had a worse corruption problem than we had last year.
Corruption Watch says the index will be determined by whether action has been taken against implicated persons in ongoing commissions.
If we don't start to see prosecutions pretty soon, and there is ample evidence to go on. I mean, the Bosasa stuff, a lot of the Bosasa stuff that we're hearing about has been known for a really long time.
Yeah.
And there's no call to wait for the Zondo Commission to finish doing its work before the prosecutorial agencies act.
Transparency International says sub-Saharan Africa is still the worst performing of all regions, adding that governments have failed to translate anti-corruption commitments into any real progress. South Africa's position in relation to other sub-Saharan African countries has not shifted at all. It remains at number 9 on the regional table. The only change is in the country's overall ranking, dropping 2 places from 71 to 73. Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Is that a reference?